work. There's some fantastic arrangements to look at down there, so please do have a wander around this marquee afterwards and take in a good old floral fix, because do you like a floral fix? Yeah, it's one of the most harmless fixes you can have in life, believe me. But when you start on that fix, the addictive qualities of it just takes over, really. You just can't get it out of your blood. And I've been working with flowers from being a little boy, and I still love it just as much today as I did then. And every time I work with flowers, I get quite excited because there's such a whole host of materials to pick from. And people often say, what's your favourite time of year, Jonathan?
Yes.
I adore autumn. I think autumn is the most splendid time because there's such an abundance of materials to go at. And I think there's something slightly romantic about things as we're starting to age down and take on some of those twilight years of the life. So you're all looking pretty good yourselves, actually. So don't you think that in the garden there's like a bit of charm there when things are sort of dying back? And I love that nostalgic feel towards them, like filling your larders and your pantries and getting ready. I had a great aunt who was a great collector of materials, and she would always be out foraging, in the woods and getting sort of berries and making lotions and potions and all sorts of wonderful materials. And her claim to fame was that the local GP used to come to her and use her local rosehip syrup if they got a cough or a cold coming on. And she could cure anything with her sort of pantry of all sorts of concoctions that she'd got in there. And as a kid, I would wander around the local countryside with picking sloes and blackberries and crab apples and all sorts of different fungi and mushrooms. And I think she knew the qualities of magic mushrooms before anybody knew what a magic mushroom was. And I was always sort of slightly reluctant when she said, we'd have these mushrooms for breakfast the following day. And I was always thinking, I hope she's picked the right ones, that I'm not going to be sort of dead in bed after eating these. Now, who knows what the weather's ever going to throw at us here at Malvern or any of our shows, and they are quite weather-dependent areas, aren't they? Because if the sun's shining, then it's fabulous, isn't it? Great to be outside, enjoying all these gorgeous plant nurseries that are around here, and all the different activities that's going on here at the show. But I thought, well, it could be dull, it could be depressing, it could be a little bit grey and stormy, so let's bring some sunflowers indoors. So I've got the wonderful, very classic, very gorgeous, stunning yellow faces of these, and can't not fail to smile at sunflowers, don't you think? I think these should be sold on the NHS under prescription, to cheer us up, because they do make you smile, they make you happy, they make you feel really, really positive. So a flower that's full of energy. There's a gorgeous design down there that I noticed earlier today that's a bit Van Gogh inspired, and it's like that wonderful sort of painter's palette there using the sunflowers. And these are local grown sunflowers, these are from Lincolnshire. I buy a lot of my flowers from Lincoln because I'm Derbyshire based, so it's not too far for me. And I've been buying sunflowers from this grower now for about the past 20 odd years, so always tried and tested there. Just going to pop a few aspidistra leaves around into here. And lots of our flower growers earlier today showed some wonderful examples of bouquets and floral headdresses, or crowns as we commonly call them. And it's so nice to see flowers arranged naturalistically and done simply and very naively, because that's part of their charm. But often for my job, I work largely as an event florist when we're sort of doing big, sort of larger than life flowers. It's to do quite classic arrangements where we need things to look a little bit more structured sometimes. So I thought I'd start off with just a design that anybody can have a bash at. And really this is like a slightly bigger version of the rose trees and those superior trees there that some of our early demonstrators put together. And all I'm doing here is just taking a big bunch of sunflowers towards the centre, and then I'm just enveloping those around with some of the good old aspidistra leaves. And for our floral theatre here in the pavilion here, we wanted it to look a bit like a working atmosphere, because a flower shop's not a pristine place. And I'm sure all my colleagues behind me will say, there's always a degree of chaos going on in a flower shop. And I always start off in the morning trying to be neat and tidy, and I fail miserably before I've had my first coffee at 11. I'm in the right mess by then. But my argument is it's like a creative place, and a bit of creative chaos is not a bad thing. But when I sort of planned this area with the show team here at Malvern, then we wanted it to look sort of busy and interactive, because there's a slight risk sometimes to flowers that they're sort of staged and they're set and they're stiff and they're a bit lifeless. And we didn't want to have that. We wanted it to be an area where people think, you know, it's buzzy in there, it's interactive, we can come along, we can partake. So shortly this afternoon we'll be doing another hands-on session where if you want to come along and join me to make something, then you can come along and we'll rustle together a little arrangement for Halloween. Now I quite like working sort of British grown flowers, stuff from my own garden, and then imported stuff together. Because in my mind, as a florist, there's room for it all. You know, there's times of the year when you can't rely on things that's all locally grown. We have to work with some imported things. And I do think, you know, there's a whole ethos here. And one that we're trying to promote at the show is that everything is acceptable if everything works harmoniously together. So be you a hobbyist, be you someone using it commercial, we're all here because we love flowers, we're passionate about flowers and we want to enjoy them. I'm going to make you really laugh in a minute. I've got a little snail along there, can you see it dangling? Anybody want it, girls? Fancy it? Anybody got any garlic in the bag? Oh, well, I can't squash it, can I? Can I? Oh, they're a mean lot here, they say squash it. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Here you are, girls, you say, can you help you? Oh yeah, you're pretty. Right, go and take it out, thank you. These are my assistants here. Now, they didn't expect me getting a snail in that, did they? How fantastic are they? I think I'd go and put it on somebody's hostess stand. You've not heard me say that, have you? I'll be having the hosta people coming and charging down here. So another material that's just reflecting the golden yellow there at the top of the sunflowers is a little bit of solidago, or what we used to call it goldenrod, which grows like a weed in the garden. It's a very useful little thing. So just taking some of this around the base, just to reflect some of the yellow. Well, I'm sure you've all had lots and lots of excitement so far at the show today, because there's a whole host of things to look at. I've been sort of entombed in here, so I've not seen too much of anything yet, but when I dashed over shortly to the other theatre, I'll get a chance to have a look at some of the other bits that's happening. Well, I didn't need to cheer the day up, did I, really, by bringing the sun indoors, because we've got that wonderful Indian summer that we've been promised is going to come. And I always think, I don't know about you folks, but if you can have a nice September into October, then you can cope with the winter, can't you? You know, it's not as formidable as the winter starts to descend on us. I always like goldenrod because it's a good one to split up, you know, it really goes well in any style of design. Even if you're doing a table arrangement, you can just use those little individual branches and do a table posy with them. Or if you're doing a big pedestal, then it looks great just breaking out as a big pedestal style of arrangement. We'll pop those, just a few more through there.
Superb job is doing this. Superb job is doing that.
So it's sort of got a bit of a summer into autumn look. And I'm just going to pop a few of these rather nice Spanish oak leaves into here. Quercus hispanicum, and these have been dip dyed, which have given them this wonderful, almost like a mahogany shade here. And this is a nice material to mix in with autumn flowers like chrysanthemums or dahlias. They go so well together. Now, often when I'm working on my flower school back in Derbyshire, you know, people will say, oh, you know, we love flowers, Jonathan, but they're a treat, really, because it's an expensive thing working with flowers. But I would say, you know, you can do lots of arrangements that aren't expensive all the time, but are quite good on budget. At the minute, these English sunflowers, they're about £2.50 for 5 stems, so, you know, they're not an expensive flower. You've probably even seen them in your local flower shops cheaper than that. So there's something, if you stick with the seasonal flowers, it really does keep the costs down and makes it quite accessible. All this body of foliage that's lower down in here will last for absolutely ages. You know, that's stuff that will go on for weeks and weeks collectively together in there. So just a really easy, quick, simple arrangement there, just using a couple of bunches of sunflowers. Thank you.